So you're thinking about moving to Johns Creek, Georgia, and your budget's in the 700s, and you're wondering exactly what your money will buy here in Johns Creek. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. And then if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a little bit of a update on the market here. So let's get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, well then subscribe below and ring the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Atlanta. My name is Denny. The team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week, next year, or anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom, whatever's comfortable for you, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned in this video, we're gonna go around, we're gonna talk about or show you some properties in the 700s. Before we do that, I thought I'd give you a quick tour. I'm at Ocee Park, that's Ocee Park here in Johns Creek. And as you can see behind me, you've got some parents and their kids out playing at the park. It's beautiful weather today. Back behind that on the other side, you see some baseball fields. Right back here, you have some baseball batting cages. This is really cool. This is like a little league baseball field, but it's actually got turf. Those over there are grass. This is turf. And back behind there, you have tennis and pickleball. So one of the things you'll love about Johns Creek is that there's parks like this all over. Newtown Park is right down the street. You've got Ocee Nature Preserve. You've got the Big Creek Greenway. You've got all kinds of outdoor activities for the family. And so without further ado, I'm looking around. I even see like one of those little, you find these little boxes over there. You see that's got books in it for everybody to share. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on that tour. All right, so on this stop, we have a really nice Johns Creek home. And as you can see, I'm gonna pan around. It is right behind me, and there is just a line of cars lined up to see this property. It's on a corner lot, nice, private, wooded in the back, very well manicured. The backyard looks amazing for some outdoor entertaining, or just maybe you can relax outside. I'm sure you hear the birds chirping. It's a beautiful kind of early summer morning, and this property here was built in 1995. It's in a swim tennis neighborhood right on the border of Alpharetta and Johns Creek. That's used interchangeably, those terms, a lot. But this is a Johns Creek home. It's actually zoned for Alpharetta High School. But there's a park, swim, tennis. HOA is like $900 a year here in this neighborhood. Great proximity to the Avalon, to 400. Great school systems. And again, built in 1995. Access to the Big Creek Greenway here in the neighborhood. It's listed at $750,000. It's 4,500 square feet, or just under, I think, $44.96. So that puts it at $167 a foot. It's in really great condition. It looks great inside, with the exception, if it was me, and everybody's got their own opinions when it comes to design, the paint, interior paint's a little bit too dark. There's some dark browns and some greens, even some green carpet, which is a no-no. I had green carpet in my home. It was built in 1994, back when I was a kid in Augusta, Georgia, in Evans. And so I think a little bit of paint and some flooring would go a really long way. But the kitchen cabinets, the bathrooms, the countertops, all of that stuff's really, really nice. I just don't love the color. So at $750,000, as you can see, it's a busy listing, and I don't think it's going to last long. But this gives you an idea of what that looks like here in Johns Creek. right, to each his own, but I believe this property is a better value than the last one I showed you in the 700s. Built in 1993, it's around the same age, listed at $775,000. It's just $25,000 more than the one at 750. It's around the same size, 4,429 square feet. That puts it at 175 a foot, where the last one was 167 a foot, so a little bit more. But here's the thing, I'll go start with the things I don't like. The outside right here, it's kind of got that beige yellow color, which I'm not a huge fan of, and but that's easily solved, right? You're talking about anywhere from maybe around $15,000 for an exterior paint job, depending on the extent of it. What I do love about it is the inside. So all of the kitchens and bathrooms have been recently updated, and they are gorgeous. Great decisions from a design perspective. The flooring is a nice dark wood. It's been refinished, the gray paint throughout, so it's a lot more neutral. Color tones a lot better. It would cost you far more than $25,000 to make the last property look like this property. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the better value, and it's not gonna last long. Not that any of these homes are typically available when you're watching, but it does give you a good idea of the different price points and why you should always go out, have a look at a couple of different things. The school zone matters, the neighborhood matters, but the last two homes were in the same general vicinity and have a lot of the same access to amenities, from shopping and dining and access to 400, the park, things of that nature. But this is just, in my opinion, a better property. So on to the next one. All right, I really love this neighborhood. It's not that they're all custom homes, but there's a good diversity of floor plans and layouts and exterior materials that give them all like a really custom feel. This particular home behind me, I love what they've done. You know, you've got a sloped lot, which is not always great, but they've done a good job with the landscaping to kind of make it look like a feature, not a flaw. And that's not the home we're going to be talking about. We're actually going to be talking about this home behind me now, and they've done the exact same thing. They've done a really good job with the landscaping to make good use of the sloped front yard. But one thing I do love about houses, you know, homes on hills, is that it's got a lot of great curb appeal. And I love the red brick. I love that they haven't painted it or anything like that, but it looks really great from the curb. The landscaping is beautiful. It looks the same in the back. It's got a large deck, private backyard. It's on about 1/3 of an acre, but built in 1998. This one's listed at $779,000. It's 6 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a little over 4,200 square feet. I think it's 4,238 to be exact, which puts it around $187 a foot. I think they did a bit of a disservice with some of the color choices, or just it looks a little dated inside. The flooring in the kitchens and bathrooms are fine, but if they would have just maybe put a fresh coat of paint on there, I think that would have gone a long way. But that being said, that's really, really easy to fix. This is a fabulous location, a really great neighborhood. I love the curb appeal. It looks like a great home, lots of living space. And in this market, one of the better properties that I've seen today. So if your budget's in the 700s, this is a really, really great option, or at least gives you an idea of what you could find here in Johns Creek. On to the next stop. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that tour of the 700s and maybe got a better idea of what your money would buy if your budget's in the 700s. I thought I'd stop by Newtown Park here at the end of the tour. This is one of my favorite parks. Behind me, you can see they've got lacrosse and kind of some track and field going on. Over here, you've got basketball courts. On the other side of the basketball courts is a really cool dog park. There's not a lot of parks that have it. It's fairly new, but this park has aside from this, it also has tennis, baseball, soccer, playgrounds, walking trails, internationally diverse community. I've heard multiple different languages just walking around here for the last couple of minutes. Like, there's a lot to love about Johns Creek, so I totally understand why you're considering it as a place to live. As usual, you know, we can't cover everything in a video, so if there's any questions you have, you can leave those in the comments below, or you can reach out. We'd be glad to help answer any questions, real estate related or otherwise. And then if you're moving, whether it's next week, next year, anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Johns Creek. As always, until I see you in person, we'll see you on the next episode.